And here's a question from Charles in Louisiana. This is my first time here, Jim, and I'm in total alignment with what you say. I've moved my money to places I'm comfortable with, and I'm not in fear. My question, my friends are worried and panicked. What can I do to help them through this time?
Well, there's nothing you can do for somebody who can't hear you, giving them information. And you cannot fix anybody else because it doesn't work that way to start with. So what happens is you can share what you know, and in all the work in Mastering Alchemy, this is one of the key pieces, make it available to people and then simply leave it there, dust off your sandals, and get about your business. You keep watching them. Some of them will listen. Some of them will take it. Some of them will laugh at it. It doesn't really matter to you. You can only manage you. But you can make some of this available. But be really clear about that adage that sits in the Bible that says, casting your pearls before swine. It simply means if they can't have what you have to give, don't give it. Because inevitably, every one of us know this. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help. And they bite your hand. And so being discerning, going right back to the beginning of this conversation, and noticing what they can do. A lot of you love this work and your spiritual work, and you learn things, and you go and you tell somebody else, and you're just so excited about telling them, but do you watch their eyes glaze over about your third sentence? And then do you keep going on and on? When you see they can't have any more, you can be amazed to just simply stop right in the middle of the sentence, go, well, the weather was pretty nice today, wasn't it? And they go, oh, yeah, it was really good. When their eyes glaze over, they can hear nothing more. So simply give what you can give, allow them to have what they can have no investment in them choosing to do what you're doing or not, because their path is their path. But one of the things that you can do is be very comfortable with your own choices. Notice those people around you. In some cases, it's the challenge is, like the little red hen in the storybook a long time ago, nobody came to help them to plant the wheat and grow the wheat and harvest the wheat, but they sure were hungry when the bread was cooked. You're going to get a lot of people that are going to go, please help me, I don't have anything to do with this. That's a challenging part, and that's going to be something that is going to be in the moment as you prepare yourself in this process. So, but the piece right now is for each one of us to become conscious and intentional about how we're going to do this. Play a game. Let's say 6 months from now, there is going to be something that interferes with your reality as you currently know it. Become smart about what that could be first, and secondly, what can you do now to prepare for that? I mean, it might be as simple as stop spending a lot of money on your credit card, running up big credit card bills, and begin to notice your choices and your habits. That's not advice. That's just an observation. But what happens if in 6 months from now, all of these things I'm going to be pointing to you to in the month of December in the various places I talk, I will talk more fully about these things I started with. What happens if nothing happens? How many times have you heard ministers of churches say, I've figured out all the numbers, and at 6 o'clock tomorrow night the world is going to blow up? And all the followers go running to the mountaintop, and the next day the world doesn't blow up. That's why I'm not predicting anything. But what happens if it doesn't happen? The reality is, if you can simply recognize I just either saved money, I realigned myself, I made prudent decisions, and I'm in a better space now than I was before. My suspicion is somewhere in your reality, something is going to interfere with that reality. I have no idea what it is, nor would I even go to look. But what happens if you could begin to make wise choices? Something that will happen in your realities, as you begin to align yourself with your own I like me, with your own truths, begin to get more conscious of these energetic tools that you have available to you, and you begin to apply them, something that might happen is you might do exactly what we're talking about. Move through the seams of the changes. You'll see them going on all over the place, but none of them will affect you, or they may affect you minimally. At that point, there's an opportunity to recognize who you are and how you're moving through this. But some assembly is required going forward if you are concerned about some of these transitions that will come about, because they have to crumble. That controlling, dominating, aggressive way of life that we have lived with a few dominating the many cannot continue, and it will not continue as we move into this fifth dimensional reality.